It was good, everybody. For those that don't know, and which is probably a lot of you, I am a big Persona fan. It is my favorite game series of all time, and it grew on me a lot. Now, I'm one of those who started with Persona 5, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are because the Persona series, it was known before Persona 5 did come out, but it really got popular during the Persona 5 era. You know, I feel like it got popular when Joker was announced for Smash Bros. I feel like that's when a lot of the popularity spiked. But nonetheless, I'm one of those who started with 5. I enjoyed 5. A homie put me onto it. I loved it and have gone back and played multiple of Atlus games. I played Metaphor. I've I've played SMT. I was gonna say Shin Megami Tensei, but just shortened it to SMT. And I have gone back to play Persona 3 and Persona 4 Golden. I've enjoyed both of those games. And now we have come to the part where they're doing a lot of remakes of the old games. They did it with Persona 3 Reload, which, my god, oh man, Persona 3 is a top 2 game for me. Like, just the Persona 3 franchise alone, just that version is just a top 2 game for me, just because of how much I like Persona, right? And now since I started with 5, right? I was like, you know what? It'd be cool to go back and play these other games one day. And when they announced Persona 4 Golden was getting a port to PlayStation and PC, I was like, sign me up. I'm down for it. And I loved that game. I finished it. That ending, man, just you saving the world and then having to go back home. It hit home. I'm not gonna lie. But nonetheless, I don't understand why people are so mad about this right here. Persona 4 Revival. I don't get it. Now, if you're mad that it's not what you know as Persona 4, then yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be a remake of the game. It's supposed to modernize the game. And it's like, Inaba's not supposed to be this happy, bright, sunny day. It's supposed to be this dark, gloomy. Well, first off, that's just wrong. There are plenty times where Inaba is nice and sunny in the game. And if you really paid attention to that, teaser showing that the game was coming out, you would have noticed that the game is really, and when I say really, I mean really not nowhere near done. Like, you see Yuna Akambi running around, no NPCs around, and nothing else but just him in the little small part of Inaba that we've gotten to see. You just see him running around it for what, a matter of 10 seconds, and you're already judging it. Yeah, okay, it's not done. It clearly told you in the disclaimer, hey, stuff may be subject to change. You don't think it's not done? Cool. Anyways, forget that. Even if it's not, even if you know it's nowhere near done, right? Let's say you had a homie who, right, he started with Persona 5, right? Now, if he's really invested in the series, right, they would go back and play, the old versions of Persona 3 Fez or Persona 4 Golden, right? But you wouldn't expect them, or at least I wouldn't expect them to have as much grasp to that game as Persona 5, because the styles are just completely different. Like, you see the style of Persona 5 and then you see the style of Persona 4 Golden. In this day and age, you're most likely going to just go, honestly, not even just in this day and age, in general, you're just gonna want to go and play Persona 5 because it just genuinely looks more appealing. It looks more eye-catching. I didn't know the words. Now, when you look at Persona 4, it looks like it was made in the early 2000s, which, because it was. And when you look at an early 2000 game compared to now, it really, like, it doesn't compare. I remember people were talking about, the comparisons between Tekken 7 and 8. Yeah, Tekken 7 is not gonna look as good as 8. You know how long ago Tekken 7 was? Like, now, that's like comparing the old Dragon Ball Budokai games to Sparking Zero. Yeah, Sparking Zero looks way better because it was made in a time where more things are, you know, more resources are being able to use. You're able to use more resources, meaning you have more budget to work with. Those games, I promise you, didn't have as much budget. I said budget. They didn't have as much budget as games have today. Now, with that being said, am I looking forward to Persona 4 Revival? Of course I am. Even though I know the story of Persona 4, I love Persona. So I'm going to love this. Well, I don't know about if I'm going to love it, but I know I'm going to play it and see if I love it for myself. Now, Atlus, let's not pretend like, you know, people are saying how Atlus, oh, they're just making remakes. They're only making remakes if you only play Persona. They've come out with a lot of new shit that just a lot of people aren't playing. They have Catherine. I'm pretty sure a lot of RPG fans have played it, but only Persona fans haven't. Have they tried the SMT series, which Persona is heavily based off of? And I'm pretty sure, you know, Metaphor is based a lot off of Persona, but, you know, it tweaks a lot of stuff around, which I find really great because it gives people other things to play if they don't want to play the remakes. If you don't want to play it, okay, that's cool. You don't have to play it. You don't have to enjoy it. But let the people who want to enjoy this, let them enjoy it. Like, you're trying to just take everything they want and you're taking it away from them. And that's just not cool. I feel like, man, this is like you and your friend being hyped for this game coming out, man. Like, you're just waiting for a game to come out, and then somebody is bringing down your hopes on the game. They're telling you not to buy it. It's just gonna be bad. The only way you're gonna know if it's bad is if you get it yourself and you play it. And then, which is another reason I'm really pissed off about this, is because the people who are complaining about the game, they're still gonna buy it and they're still gonna play it. So it mind boggles me how we just can't accept things for what they are. Now, as for when this game is probably gonna come out, I don't think it's gonna come out this year, which of course it's not. You see the way it looks. But I don't even know if it'll come out next year. I think probably 2027 is when you'll see this game. Like, if you take clips from, you know, the first teasers from Persona 3 Reload, and you compare it to the teaser we got for Persona 4 Revival, they just no comparison. Persona 3 Reload looked way more developed than Persona 4 Revival. So, in terms of how long we're gonna have to wait for this game, I say we're not gonna hear anything for probably a while. And, you know, coming just getting reminded of something. It was sucked how this game. Well, it was sucked. It did suck how this game was leaked. Because I feel like if it wasn't leaked, we would have had a much different reception to it. You know, I feel like it was pretty much all confirmed when we had old voice actors saying how, no, they're not going to be voice acting for the, you know, Persona remake, yada yada yada. I feel like that at that point just solidified that we were getting a remake. Now, I feel like voice actors like that, if you know that a remake is going to be made, just don't, like, and people are asking, hey, you're gonna voice act, you know, your old character, just don't even answer. It takes all the fun and the speculation away from actually seeing if we were going to get a game. But that's my takes on it. Overall, I feel like people are just judging way too early and they need to just be patient. That's the thing about people these days, man. They're just not patient at all. And it sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment, comment your thoughts down below. And with all that being said, I'm out. Later.